Hello everybody, it's been a long time, but hopefully I'm here to shed some light on things that you may be wondering about. Mostly the long duration where I just haven't been around on both my channel and more recently Creature Hub. So we'll get into that in a second. For now, I'm gonna skip most of the dialogue. I'll leave it up on the screen if people want to read it, but I will not be reading it to try and keep a train of thought going. I should really have a list of things in front of me that I want to touch base on, but I'm an idiot and I never do that. So let's get right into it. What better video to do this with than good old-fashioned Mario? It's my go-to series, if you will, of game to play when I need to talk about bullshit. I hope you can read fast, otherwise I guess we'll be pausing. But trying to shed some light on what's been going on recently with me. We'll start with recently, I guess, as opposed to long ago last year. So recently, and this will relate to things a little bit as well. Recently, I've had some random health issues pop up, and it's really sucked. I've been in and out of the hospital a few times, and I've been in and out of doctor's offices as well recently. So I was actually going to make this video about a month ago, and pretty much the day before or a couple days before I made the video, I got sick, which really sucked. And so basically I got a kidney stone, which was extremely fun. I don't know. Okay, thank you. That really sucked, for one. It really hurt really badly. I'll explain in a different video, not this video. I'll go into more detail in a different video about this stuff, but for now, we'll just touch base on it. I had a kidney stone. It really hurt really badly. I would highly recommend no one ever gets the kidney stone because it sucks terribly. And after that happened, I was recovering a little bit, feeling a little bit better, thought the worst of it was behind me, and then I felt, I don't know, just really sick. A lot of different symptoms popped up. I thought it might have been complications with the kidney stone, some sort of kidney infection or something like that. But no one could find anything that was wrong with my kidneys. They were apparently fine, so it was a little weird that I was still feeling sick. And after many doctor visits and many blood tests and urine tests and everything, they found out that I apparently have a severe vitamin D deficiency, which sounds like it would be like, oh, what's the worst that could happen? It's nothing life-threatening or terrible, but the symptoms do suck. And most days I've been feeling like shit. However, I've been trying to work with what they've prescribed for me to do for the past week or so. So I've been feeling a lot better, actually. And like I said, I will go into more detail in a different video about the kidney stone trip and the whole vitamin D thing and what's kind of going on with that. But for now, if you want to look up things that pertain to both of those, you're free to Google them, or if you don't give a shit, you can wait for me to explain it. And if you really don't give a shit, you don't even have to watch the video where I explain it. So there you go. So that's what I've been doing recently. For the past month or so, I've been completely kind of laid out and just feeling like absolute garbage, and it's been pretty shitty. And I am gonna be quite active with my use of rewinds and saving here. It's been a long time since I've played Mario, for one, and recorded, and I just jumped into that guy because I'm an idiot. So that's what's been going on recently. Like I said, we'll get more into detail. Oh, there's something up here. There's a free life up here. We'll get more into detail in a different video that will hopefully come not long after this one, hopefully in the next couple days or so. So that's recent. That's what's been going on recently. Besides that, though, I wanted to talk about more so why I've had a long absence from my channel, and at this point, a decently lengthy absence from the Creature Hub, and maybe some other things, if I can remember, but mostly those two things. So, and it's actually not a long explanation. You'd think a long explanation would be required, but I don't think a long explanation is really required. I was hoping to keep this video at least under 15 minutes, but hopefully around 10 or so. Just to not dawdle on the video. I don't really want to talk for 30 minutes about random bullshit and have people be like, oh, you just, repeated the same thing over and over again. I can't even spin jump off this. Let's see if I can make it. Oh, that's pretty easy. Because I know sometimes I do go on and on for very long periods of time, but basically late last year, maybe a month or so after this month, probably like September, October, somewhere around there, I started feeling kind of crappy mentally and decided that I was going to take, at the time, what I thought would be a small break from YouTube stuff. I woke up pretty much just one day, just wasn't really feeling it, was feeling pretty shitty, demotivated, what have you. And I think this was caused just by really everything that was going on at the time, just from all over the place, any direction, family problems, friends problems, problems with myself, problems with YouTube, my own channel, the Creature Hub. It just seemed like one day I woke up and I don't know how to describe it, my filter for incoming bullshit that may upset me on a daily basis, like that turtle hitting me, it seems like my ability to deal properly with things that upset me or annoy me just kind of went away, and things were irritating me. Does this hurt me? No, it doesn't. Things were irritating me. I was more so changing into kind of a different person subtly. I'm not gonna read this. I was changing into a different person kind of subtly. They weren't really big changes, but I wasn't really too happy anymore. I was more irritable. More quick to getting upset. Like I said, it just seems like my internal filter for dealing with things that would have been annoying on a daily basis just kind of went away. I don't know which way to go. Kind of went away, and things were kind of affecting me. This is probably... that's what that is. Alright, well, rewind. It just seems like that was... it kind of went away. Things were affecting me more on a daily basis, and things were just kind of piling up. And I just couldn't deal with issues as well as I used to. And coincidentally enough, whether it's related or not, a lot of things have been linked to vitamin D deficiency, which, if you'll recall earlier, is what I was told that was causing my issues after the kidney stone. It's been linked to a lot of different things, including feeling like, I don't know, just mental garbage. It's been linked to depression and other things. I don't know if I was depressed. I never got it diagnosed. I honestly didn't even think to see a doctor or anyone about it. I thought it was just gonna kind of pass on its own, and it didn't. And knowing what vitamin D deficiency is and what it can cause, it very well may have been influenced heavily by that. I know that was last year in, like, you know, September or October, but my vitamin D levels were really, really low. It wasn't like it was even close, so I didn't get to that point overnight, if you know what I'm saying. It's likely that there was an issue back then. Probably not as big of an issue as it turned into now, but it's likely that there was still an issue back then with it, and that may have been causing me to feel this way. Because it was really weird. I normally wasn't like that. I normally didn't feel like that. But that's kind of what happened. So, like I said, at the time I wanted to take a short break. I still had some videos to upload. Figured, you know, every few days I'll upload, you know, a couple videos or so, and after, I assumed, hopefully, at most a couple weeks, I would feel better, and unfortunately that never really happened. Things, I don't know, some days were better, some days were worse, some days were shit, some days were great. It really fluctuated, but a lot of things did begin to frustrate me quicker. I got irritable, just upset, sad at things. It was really weird. But I decided that I was going to hopefully sacrifice my channel for the time being to continue doing stuff on the Creature Hub, which, if you may recall, did last for a while. I did continue doing stuff with the hub somewhat consistently for a little bit. Definitely more consistently than what was on my channel. But even then, at some point, some days got worse, and I kind of took a break from that too. Unfortunately, that's kind of what happened, and I know I should have definitely been more communicative about it. That's been one of my issues that I have, is that I, at times, just do not communicate things that I should be to people who need the information, and it doesn't just involve this instance. It involves a lot of different things, and that's definitely something I need to work on. And that's definitely something that I should have done, especially early, because then people wouldn't have been worried. They wouldn't have been not knowing what was going on, not knowing where I was. They wouldn't have been as worried, because I'm sure some people were worried. I'm sure there were tons of different emotions ranging over several different people. And I can't even get up here. And it definitely would have been better to have said something early. And that is definitely 100% my fault. And there's no real way I can go back in time and fix that, because if I had a time machine, then I would fix every problem that ever existed. It would be a lot like that one show where the guy gets a newspaper early. It's like a day early, and he has to go back and fix everything. It would probably be a lot like that. And that wouldn't be that fun, because you'd constantly have to be fixing things. Otherwise, you'd feel really guilty about, you know, a whole bunch of bad shit happening. But I can't really go back and change that. And I know some people have been negatively affected by that decision. Whether it was, you know, people who were sad or upset or annoyed that I didn't finish something, or that I just wasn't uploading, or many different reasons. Some people were very angry, though I imagine that they were probably in the minority in that emotion spectrum, if you will. But that's kind of what happened, and there's a lot more to fill in, I guess, but it would mostly be, I don't know. There isn't much more to really explain other than that. I feel like people would want a longer explanation because of how long it's been, but just because it's been a long time doesn't mean I have like a 50-minute explanation to give everyone. I don't... Maybe that's just in my mind. Maybe I'm just thinking people want a long explanation to make up for that long time, but I'm sure most people just want some explanation. And that's kind of an issue that I've had as well with myself, where I kind of come up with a worst-case scenario in my head and kind of plan around that, a plan for the worst, which is both good and bad. I mean, you're ready for the worst, but at the same time, you're probably over-worrying about something that is more than likely not true or never gonna happen. But that's kind of where I've been at. Just been feeling like shit mentally for a while, and now recently physically and mentally, as I missed that, and didn't even get my flower back. I've been feeling shit like both ways because of the kidney stone, the vitamin D deficiency, just the feeling, you know, bad in general. But the good news is that if it is vitamin D related, then I now know about it. Doctors know about it, and we've already taken steps and whatnot to reverse that. And if it is related to that, then I will probably be feeling a lot better sometime soon. I've only just recently started to do things that will hopefully get my levels back to normal. And that's pretty much just by taking a shit ton of vitamin D and meeting our good friend the sun. This is probably a reset door, because apparently I don't know what the sun is because I have a vitamin D deficiency. And I think that's pretty much it. There's really not a whole lot to explain outside of that. Besides, I was feeling like complete shit mentally for a while. And now recently, I've been feeling both because of the kidney stone and then the vitamin D thing and all that. So I do want to apologize to everyone for not communicating earlier, or at least letting people know that that's kind of what I had been feeling and that I was taking a break. Because like I said, I didn't imagine that I would take that long of a break. I didn't imagine things would go on for that long, but it kind of did. And if I would have said something earlier, I'm sure a lot more people would have been more understanding and in the know. I'm guessing there's a water level coming up. And I'm guessing less people would have been, I don't know, negatively affected by that decision to just not say anything. I was hoping that I would just eventually feel better and I wouldn't have to talk about it, but unfortunately, I'm going backwards. I guess there's a secret exit there, or... No, I think... Okay, I probably should have been reading stuff. I think you have to get the water to go here. Can't remember. I remember briefly screwing around with this and getting to, like, here and testing my record, which is hopefully fine. I think I have to get the water to go here. I honestly don't remember. But it sent me back to this level, and unless there's... Okay, there it is. It was this toad. He did say something about it. There we go. And now I've lost my train of thought. Well, I was hoping that I would just feel better and I just wouldn't have to talk about it, but that's unfortunately not what happened, as you can tell. And have to talk about it. Does that kill me? It's like blows up. No, it just drops you. Oh, this is just for a coin. So I think that covers most of the thing, at least in a general basis. But on top of that, because of how I've been feeling, I made the decision a while ago, and this was supposed to be covered a little bit ago, but like I said, I've been feeling like shit. The decision was to leave the group, leave the creatures, to hopefully kind of get my shit together and start feeling better about myself and just feeling better on a daily basis in general. And that decision was made a little bit before all of the actual kidney stone stuff happening. And since all of that kind of happened, well, that sucks. Since all of that kind of happened, even though I made my decision before all of that happened, I'm a little bit more comfortable with that decision because of the kidney stone and the vitamin D stuff that has to, you know, over time level itself out again. And I don't know how long it'll take before I feel, you know, like my jolly old sarcastic self again. That was dumb. I don't know how long that'll be. And I really just kind of want to feel better, and because I haven't really felt that way in a while, I felt like I had to make kind of more of a drastic decision, and that was to, like I said, leave the group, try to focus on my own stuff again, and really just kind of, I don't know, go back to kind of how YouTube was for me a long time ago when I was living at home and working at crappy Target and taking college classes, and I was really stressed out, and I used YouTube as at the time it was a really good medium for kind of what's the word I'm looking for, kind of distributing stress, kind of making stress go away, or making not feeling great go away. Because when I was working at Target, it sucked. I was taking college classes, that sucked, and it was a little bit overwhelming, of course. And doing YouTube stuff, why is this so loud now? Doing YouTube stuff really helped in that way, because I was able to just kind of lose myself in doing YouTube stuff and just recording stuff for what seemed like hours and hours on end. And that's kind of what I wanted to do with now, and kind of hopefully that would kind of turn things. I cannot concentrate with this music. It's like blaring. It's probably not even going to be that loud in the video. I hope not. But this is fucking loud as hell right now. But I know that decision kind of sucks. It sucks for really everyone involved. Myself, the guys, you guys who liked me on the Creature Hub. It all kind of sucks, but I feel like that is a decision that had to be made. And I'm even more comfortable now having made that with all the stuff that's popped up. Now, in the past few days, I have felt a lot better, at least in regards to, I guess, the whole vitamin D thing, which, like I said, I'll explain more in a different video about symptoms and stuff, because I didn't want to have to spend super long on that, because this video is already like, well, my timer says close to 20 minutes, but it's probably closer to like 18 or something. There's probably a couple minutes of leeway. But if I would have explained all that in this video would have probably definitely been and definitely have ended up more than like a half an hour long. God damn it. But that's what's been happening, and that was the decision that I made. So as of now, I guess I will no longer be a part of the creatures. It's been great. It has been great. There have definitely been ups and downs over the time, but my time out here has definitely been good, and it's been a good learning experience as well. Over the years, I've died as Mario a lot. Over the years, I've learned a lot and experienced a lot of good things, and it will suck to have to kind of move away from that for now, having done it for so long. The last several years have been involved with these guys and the group, but I feel like to fully be happy again and get back to normal, that is something that has to be done, as sucky as it is. So I think that will pretty much conclude this video. It'll probably be about 20 minutes long, which is definitely longer than I anticipated. I felt like I wasn't even going to talk that long, but then I ended up talking for like 20 minutes anyway. So the rest of this Mario hack will maybe be finished up in the next video as I talk more about my fun trip to the hospital with the kidney stone and the evil vitamin D deficiency that has been plaguing me recently. But that has been what's happening with me. Hopefully most of you guys can forgive me for not being more communicative and for taking such a long break. I know some people will not be happy one way or another, but as people have been telling me since almost the very start of this whole YouTube thing, is that you can't please everyone, so you might as well try to make yourself happy in the process. And that's something that I need to definitely do again. And hopefully things will get better again. And hopefully things will get back to normal. I do plan on recording stuff recently. I planned on doing it about a month ago before everything happened, and I had some cool plans to start off with a couple games that had already come out, but since all of this stuff happened, I think I'm going to start with some newer stuff instead of older stuff, and then if there are some games from this year that I want to play, maybe things get a little dead towards the end of the year or at some point, or maybe next year, probably play those. I don't know what game specifically, but we'll see. And hopefully you guys can watch some cool stuff again. And hopefully I can play some good games again, because I have not really been playing a whole lot recently. I didn't die a whole lot in this Mario hack, which was great. But I think I might start up with the Gears of War like Ultimate Edition re-release thing that they're doing. Hopefully that'll be cool, because I like Gears, and it will be relatively new. And hopefully that will start in a few days from this video, but it really depends on how I feel. Like, I still kind of feel like shit with the whole vitamin D thing and all of that. But like I said, I do apologize to everyone for not being more communicative and letting you guys know what was happening. And I do apologize for taking such a long break. And I do also apologize for having to break bad news that I will no longer be in the creatures, because that will probably make at least a couple people sad. And it definitely sucks, but I feel like that is something that has to be done. And now I've rambled for too long, so I'm going to go ahead and end this here. 20-something minutes of rambling. It wouldn't be a Mario hack without it, but that's it for me for now. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you guys sometime soon with some new stuff where I hopefully won't be talking about such sad stuff so much, or at least stuff that isn't, fun to hear. Hopefully we can get back to that. So hope to see you guys soon. Thank you for watching, and see you around, hopefully.